Self-care is not a bubble bath or a face mask. Well, maybe it is, but it's also so much more than that. In today's video, we'll be discussing how to practice self-care and all of its different forms. I'm a psychiatrist and I make mental health education videos. Self-care refers to any intentional act that helps you maintain your physical, mental, emotional, and social health. The word intentional is key because it means that you're purposely doing something that benefits you. This can be very different for each person based on what you need at the time. It's not about doing what someone else thinks you should do or what's popular on social media. It's about what's best for you. Some examples of self-care include taking a hot bath, going for a run, journaling, setting boundaries with friends or family, saying no to extra work assignments, and getting enough sleep. These are just a few examples, and they're mostly things that you probably already know you should be doing. But even though you may know what's best for you, actually making the time and prioritizing these activities can be difficult. Self-care isn't always easy, especially when you're busy. But if you don't take the time to take care of yourself, you're more likely to get sick and you won't be able to function at your best. There are 4 major categories of self-care: physical, emotional, spiritual, and social. Let's look at some ways you can take care of yourself in each of these areas. 1. Include physical health activities. Our bodies have incredible ways of letting us know when something's wrong. For example, you might get a fever when you're sick or feel pain when you're injured, but sometimes our body will signal that something's wrong in more subtle ways. For example, frequent illnesses can mean that your immune system is compromised, fatigue could mean that you're depressed or anxious, or chronic pain could mean that you're not getting enough exercise. So it's important to pay attention to your body and what it's telling you. Taking care of your physical health is one of the most important parts of self-care. Without good physical health, it's hard to take care of yourself in other areas. Some examples of physical self-care include eating nutritious foods, getting regular exercise, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, keeping your living space clean, and practicing good hygiene like showering regularly. If you think you have a physical health condition that needs to be addressed, then see a doctor or other qualified healthcare provider. You can also check out our video on 20 signs that you're not taking care of your body. 2. Set boundaries and prioritize rest. Rest is essential for our physical and mental health. When we don't get enough rest, we're more likely to make poor decisions, have difficulty concentrating, and become overwhelmed with everyday tasks. There are many types of rest, including physical rest, mental rest, and social rest. Physical rest involves taking breaks from physical activity and allowing your body to relax. Mental rest involves taking breaks from mentally stimulating activities and allowing your mind to relax. Social rest involves taking breaks from social interaction and allowing yourself time alone. One way to prioritize rest is to set boundaries. Boundaries are limits or rules that you set with other people in order to protect your time and energy. For example, you might set a boundary with a friend or family member who always calls you at work and asks you to run errands for them. You might say something like, "I'm happy to help you out, but I'm not able to leave work early today." Or you might set a boundary with a neighbor who often borrows your things without asking. You might say something like, "I'm not comfortable lending my things out, but feel free to buy your own." Setting boundaries can be difficult, but it's important to do it in order to protect your time and energy. Another way to prioritize rest is to schedule it in. It's easy to let other people's demands on your time and energy take priority over your own needs. But in order to take care of yourself, you need to make time for rest. Try scheduling in 30 minutes of quiet time every day. During this time, you can read, meditate, take a walk, or do whatever else you enjoy. Commit to this for 1 week and see how you feel. You can also check out our video on 10 ways to rest without going to sleep. 3. Engage in hobbies and activities you enjoy. Hobbies and leisure activities are an important part of self-care because they give you a chance to do things that you enjoy and that make you happy. They can also provide a much-needed distraction from the stress of everyday life. Some common hobbies include reading, writing, painting, playing an instrument, gardening, cooking, and collecting things. There are also plenty of digital hobbies that you can engage in, such as blogging, vlogging, creating social media content, or simply consuming content that you enjoy, such as videos or podcasts. In addition to traditional hobbies, it's also important to make time for the things that you enjoy doing with other people. This could be having regular coffee dates with friends, planning regular family game nights, or having regular phone calls with relatives who live far away. It could also be as simple as just making time to hang out with people you love and do things together. If you're not sure what kind of hobbies or activities you would enjoy, try experimenting with different things until you find something that you like. You can also ask your friends and family for ideas. Number 4. Connect with others and build a support system. Human beings are social creatures, and we need other people in our lives in order to thrive. Having a strong support system of friends, family, and other loved ones can help you cope with stress, bounce back from adversity, and just generally make life more enjoyable. Building a support system takes time and effort, but it's worth it. Start by reaching out to the people in your life who you feel the closest to. This could be friends from childhood, college, or work. If you don't have close relationships with people in your life, then start by reaching out to acquaintances and seeing if you can build those relationships into something more. You can also join groups and organizations related to your interests and hobbies in order to meet new people. Volunteering is a great way to give back to your community and meet people who share your passions. Finally, you can use social media to stay connected with people in your life and make new friends. Just be sure to use social media wisely and to protect your privacy. Number 5. Reassess and adjust regularly. Self-care is not a one-size-fits-all approach. What works for one person may not work for another. That's why it's important to regularly reassess your self-care routine and make adjustments as needed. Ask yourself what's working, what's not working, and what you would like to change. Be honest with yourself, and don't be afraid to experiment. You may find that you need to adjust your routine more frequently, such as seasonally or when you go through major life changes. The most important thing is to find what works best for you and to make self-care a priority in your life. Self-care is not selfish. It's necessary. We cannot take care of other people if we're not taking care of ourselves first. When we take care of ourselves, we're better able to handle the demands of everyday life, and we're better able to be there for the people in our lives. So make time for self-care today and every day. Thanks for watching. See you next time.